Headlines for this week include CST poster presentations, paintball on campus, and graduation is upon us. Stay tuned, WMCM's Week in Review is next.
Hello, and thanks for watching WMCM's Week in Review. I'm Drew Penkala.
And I'm Brandon Vonderhoe. After 3 grueling and agonizing semesters of determination and hard work, the students of CST 499 will finally present their capstone research projects to the public starting next week. The final step in the senior capstone projects for communication students will begin in Portical Cartwright Center on Monday morning, May 9th from 10 a.m. until noon, Tuesday, May 10th from 12:15 to 2:15, Wednesday, May 11th from 2:30 to 4:30, and concluding on Thursday, May 12th from 7:45 to 9:45. A total of 70 students will be presenting their research over the next week with topics ranging from conflict management, romantic relationships, different roles of social media, physical appearance, amongst many other topics, and the roles communication plays in each of them.
UWL's Campus Activities Board, or CAB, is hosting a paintball arena tomorrow, May 6th. If you want a fun way to unwind on the last day of classes, head over to Coate Field from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Friday. This paintball event is part of CAB's Spring Spectacular and will feature an inflatable paintball arena for participants to use. Coveralls will be provided when you arrive to ensure your clothes stay clean, but make sure to wear shoes you don't want getting dirty. Grab some friends and go unleash some of that pent-up semester stress at this on-campus event. The event is free, and participants will be required to fill out a waiver before entering the inflatable arena. Head on over to Coate Field tomorrow, May 6th from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. and de-stress on the last day of classes.
ID cards for UWL students, faculty, and staff are getting a new look. The new Eagle ID will replace the current Hire 1 cards. Returning students need to replace their ID before they depart for summer vacation. Faculty and staff will need to replace their IDs before fall semester due to the fact that the new Eagle IDs will be needed to access academic buildings after hours. The university claims the change is happening due to the cards being outdated in security and appearance. The new image of the Eagle ID appears rather majestic, with a centered image of the new student center, the university imagery, and the new name. Getting a replacement ID is easy. All students, faculty, and staff need to report to 223 Cartwright Center to get a new ID. You will need to bring your driver's license and/or passport, and the card will be printed as you wait. Be sure to smile pretty. This week, we sent out a WMCM crew to learn more about the Granddad Half Marathon.
The Festival Foods Granddad Half Marathon is set to take place this Saturday, May 7th. The race will begin at the top of Granddad's Bluff and end at Riverside Park, making a loop around the south side of the city. We spoke to UW La Crosse alumni and owner of Grand Bluff Running, Tyler Hines, about the half marathon and its impact on the community.
Because the race goes, all the way from the top of Granddad Bluff, all the way loops around the south side and ends at Riverside Park, and for it to take up so much of the city and go through so many different communities, it really impacts a lot of people, not only through closing down streets and things like that, but it brings so many people to the area as well. Out of almost 2,000 runners, maybe half of those are locals, but the others are coming from outside of town. And here at the store alone, we definitely realize a pretty big impact of people coming in. They want to stop in, say hi, they walk around downtown, they stay downtown, and it really does have a much bigger impact than I think a lot of people recognize it for.
Granddad's Half Marathon is going to end along the beautiful Mississippi River, and there's going to be tons of family-friendly activities to do along Riverside Park. So if you're looking for something to do this weekend, check out Festival Foods Granddad's Half Marathon.
This has been James Rao, Amber Meyer, and Matt Leitner reporting to you for UW La Crosse.
Now here's Jordan Raether to talk about some events happening around campus.
Thanks, Drew. One man's trash is another man's treasure. students of La Crosse now have an easier way to drop off donations. Goodwill opened its second donation express center located on Copeland Avenue. Instead of throwing away slightly used items into the dumpsters around campus, reduce, reuse, and recycle. We urge you to drop off your futons, unwanted clothes, and any items that could be reused on move-out day to Goodwill. This new facility allows you to drive up, and their team members will help you get the donations from the vehicle into their pipeline. They will resell it and help people throughout the community through programs and services. The Express is open every day from 9 a.m. until 7 p.m. Who wants pancakes? That's right. If you're looking for something to do this Friday or Saturday, the Rivoli Theater is hosting 2 screenings of the 1984 film Purple Rain. 9:55 on May 6th and May 7th. Students are encouraged to purchase tickets online and come G'd up in purple. The showing will be in the main theater. The movie is rated R, so bring your IDs. The Rivoli is located on 117th North 4th Street, and the cost is $4 for students. UWL's graduation on May 14th at La Crosse Center is around the corner. And as we go on, we remember all the times we had together, and as our lives change, come whatever, we will still be friends forever. So if we get the big jobs and we make the big money, when we look back now, will our jokes still be funny? Will we still remember everything we learned in school? Still trying to break every single rule? Will little brainy Evan be the weatherman? Can Scout find a job that won't interfere with her tan? I keep thinking that it's not goodbye. Keep on thinking it's a time to fly, and this is how it feels. Now back to you, Drew.
Kinesis Dance Theater is back this year with new artistic renditions. Kinesis is a student dance group here at UWL and will be performing 2 nights this weekend, Friday, May 6th and Saturday, May 7th. Both shows start at 7:30 p.m. and include new modern dances choreographed by Kathy Gorman. Kinesis Dance Theater features students in both group and solo numbers, while also working with lighting and costume designers on campus to create a more theatrical dance experience. Alongside Gorman, students also had the opportunity to choreograph dances that vary in style, from a Bollywood dance piece to a tap dance performed to the Cups song. Tickets are on sale 1 hour prior to each performance at the Toland Theater box office. Tickets are $5 for UWL students and $16 for the general public. Come see these spectacular dancers in UWL's Kinesis Dance Theater Friday, May 6th and Saturday, May 7th. Seating is general admission, so make sure to get to the Toland Theater before 7:30, before the seats in the house fill up. The Cooley Region Humane Society has many pets in need of loving homes. Here's some of the animals available in this week's edition of Perfect Pets.
Hi, I'm Sophie. I'm 1.5 years old. I'm sweet, affectionate, and I love to play and snuggle.
Hi, I'm Charlie, a 5-year-old Terrier mix. I'm calm, easygoing, a bit shy, and would like a peaceful forever home.
Hi, I'm Prince, a 4-year-old Great Tiger that will touch your life. And I also like to cuddle and play.
I'm Thor, a 1-year-old pit mix. I'm energetic, outgoing, and lovable, and also very playful, so I'm going to need a lot of exercise.
To find out more about adoption for these pets or others, contact the Cooley Region Humane Society at 781-4014.
Thousands of middle and high school student musicians from across Wisconsin will descend to UWL this weekend for the Wisconsin School Music Association State Solo and Ensemble Festival. The competition will take place on Saturday, May 7th from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. in Centennial Hall, the Center for the Arts, and Graff Main Hall here on campus. The WSMA State Music Festival is an enriching experience for all participants, supporters, and also a special opportunity for our music program here at UWL to showcase our values and facilities, says UWL Associate Professor of Music Tammy Fisher. 9 other universities will host performances by more than 32,000 students, making this one of the largest events of its kind in the nation. Admission to the event is free for the day-long schedule. Visit www.wsmammusic.org. Stay tuned. WMCM will be right back after these short messages.
You are watching WMCM Student TV, broadcasting from the Wind Technology Center at the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse, featuring sports, news, game shows, movie reviews, interview shows, and what the students are thinking about. Campus Channel 6, Charter 989. Your campus, your station, WMCM TV.
UWL's 2016 spring commencement is coming up next Saturday, May 14th. Graduating seniors need to purchase their cap and gown from the university bookstore, as well as any honors cords or pins they may need. The ceremony is held at the La Crosse Center in downtown La Crosse and will be split into two separate times, 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Commencement for UWL usually lasts about 2 hours and includes speakers, music, and the walking of the graduates. Anyone graduating should note that the La Crosse Center doors open 90 minutes prior to each ceremony. Seats are general admission and fill up to capacity, so if you have lots of people coming to see you, make sure to get there early. Tickets are free and anyone can come celebrate your graduation. For more information about what specific colleges graduate at each time, go to the UW La Crosse commencement page at uwlax.edu/commencement. Each week, the WMCM crew goes out and talks to your fellow peers in a segment we call Campus Insight. This week, they ask students what they're looking forward to this summer.
This week on Campus Insight, we asked students what they're looking forward to this summer.
I'll be working, and then I'm playing baseball.
I'm excited for the warm weather, no more snow, and get to go home and work with the kids from home.
Well, I'm just looking forward to having a little time off of school, let my brain rest a little bit.
I go to Tennessee for a week with my boyfriend and his friends, so I'm really excited for that.
We'll have some fun, go to the beach, and hang out with my friends from high school.
I'm looking forward to road trips with my friends and family because the mountains are calling me.
This summer, I'm looking forward to working at a camp. I'm going to be a camp counselor, and it's going to be super fun because I get to play with a lot of kids.
I'm looking forward to the warm weather and hanging out with friends.
I'm really looking forward to spending my first summer up here on my own place, and working and making money.
So coming back to the Crosse and taking a hike on the bluffs and visiting my new house that I'm renting out and spending time with my roommates.
For the last Campus Insight of the semester, this has been Pauline Brown and Tessa Chelot for WMCM News. Back to you guys.
Look for the WMCM crew around the campus for your chance to have your opinions heard on next week's Campus Insight. And now, for the last time, here's Adam Roberts with a review of the movie The Graduate.
As the academic year winds to a close, I find myself thinking more and more about how scary it is to finally enter the real world, with everyone's expectations for you weighing down harder than the earth on Atlas's shoulders. It's times like these that someone like me might do something pretty crazy, something bold you might say, something like Dustin Hoffman's character, Ben, does in The Graduate. As his family's desires for his life encroach ever closer upon graduation from college, Ben strikes up an affair with the legendary seductress herself, Mrs. Robinson, the original cougar. What follows is an intense series of introspective moments, insane cross-country adventures, and a truly thought-provoking ending. Let's take a look at the trailer rather for the movie The Graduate.
Listen, everybody, I want you all to be quiet. I've got Ben's college yearbook here, and I just want to read you some of the wonderful things about Ben.
Hey, there's the award-winning scholar.
We're all very proud of you, Ben.
How are you, track star?
What are you going to do now?
I was going to go upstairs for a minute.
Oh, I meant with your future, your life.
Well, that's a little hard to say.
Because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping.
Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me. Aren't you?
Have you gotten us a room yet?
I haven't, no.
Do you want to? I'll get undressed now, is that all right?
Sure. Shall I? Shall I just stand here? I don't know what you want me to do.
Why don't you watch?
Oh, sure, thank you.
Benjamin, are you having an affair with someone?
I do think you should know the consequences of what you've done. I do think you should know that my wife and I are getting a divorce soon.
What happened between Mrs. Robinson and me was nothing. It didn't mean anything.
Well, that's not saying much for my wife.
The point is, I don't love your wife, I love your daughters, sir.
Are you going to Scarborough Fair?
ask you a question and then I'm going.
Upon first viewing, I didn't see much deeper meaning to the film other than it being a comedy with memorable quotes and a wonderful complimentary soundtrack featuring all Simon and Garfunkel music. That, of course, may have been from me being 15 at the time and not understanding what it feels to be leaving college, unsure of what the future holds, and afraid for what comes next. I now know that feeling, and if given the chance, I'm not sure I wouldn't do something crazy like Ben. I think the true lasting meaning of this film is the cross-generational mutual understanding of the film's moral, that even if you do everything that you think will make you happy rather than what others want, it can feel as though you've made a major mistake. It's true that nobody knows you better than you know yourself, but what if you don't even know yourself? As our seniors and my own impending graduation nears, I challenge the underclassmen watching and those present today to really ask yourself a question. What do you want to be? Do you want to be the perfect mold of happiness and normalcy? Or, as Ben Braddock desired, to be a little different? Stay tuned to WMCM. World-famous Abby Voye will be back with this weekend's weather.
Do you need better opinions on the biggest sports stories? Then you need Sports Talk Live. They cover all sports all the time. From track and field, to soccer, to football, gymnastics, and just about everything in between. Sports Talk Live is your place for sports. Sports Talk Live, Tuesdays on WMCM TV.
You are watching WMCM Student TV, broadcasting from the Wing Technology Center of the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse, featuring sports, news, game shows, movie reviews, interview shows, and what the students are thinking about. Campus Channel 6, Charter 989. Your campus, your station, WMCM TV.
Welcome back to WMCM. I'm Abby Voye, WMCM's chief meteorologist, with a look at this week's weather. If I had to pick two words to describe this week's weather, I would pick sun and clouds. Looking at tonight, it's going to be partly cloudy with a low of 50. Going into tomorrow, we are going to see it warm up a little bit with a high of 83, mostly sunny and a wind of 10 miles per hour. So a pretty nice Friday for your last day of classes. And then heading into Saturday, it's going to cool down a little bit, I won't lie. It's going to be 68 with some clouds and a little wind of 13, but it's still a beautiful day to get out and enjoy this weekend. And then our final day Sunday, mostly sunny with a high of 71 and a wind of 6 miles per hour coming from the west. So that is your weather report for this weekend, and now here's Haley Seitz with this week's interview.
Thanks, Abby. Today I get to be here with Logan Beatty. Why don't you tell me a little about RAQ and what you do for it?
All right, so RAQ Radio is a student-run campus radio station run by the students, so we take care of everything as far as making up our own shows, coming up with what those shows want to be about. It's actually located right here in Wing Technology Center, actually right next to where we shoot this wonderful TV show, and it's great. It's one of the best kept secrets on campus.
I would agree with that. And what do you do for RAQ?
I guess I'm a little bit of a jack of all trades. I guess you could say I'm a GM. I've set up some technical stuff with them. I'm the guy that people call when things aren't going right, I guess, when people are having trouble with their shows. We've actually just switched over to just some new technology, and that was a little bit of a headache, but now things are moving smoothly, and I couldn't be happier for the future of the radio station.
Good to hear. And how did you get involved with RAQ?
Actually, it's pretty simple. I was just walking by. I'd always thought about doing campus radio, but I wasn't sure that we actually had a radio station. Kind of goes back to that best kept secret thing. And I was walking around on campus, and you know how on the big area outside of Centennial where groups will kind of present and, if you want to join, and RAQ actually had a stand out there, and I thought that was really cool. So I went out there and I signed up for my show. My show has changed so much over the 3 semesters that I've been part of it, but I wish we would do more of that with RAQ, to try to get the word out. So because that's
people need to know about it.
Yeah, because that's how I got into it. So
I would agree. And how many people are involved with RAQ?
We have about 20 shows.
Okay.
Around 20. We have a lot of people involved in the inner workings of it. We have about 3 or 4 GMs and stuff like that. But 20, I think, is the number
of people doing shows. So.
Is it people doing solo shows? Can you do group shows?
So yeah, we have a lot of people who do solo shows. We have a lot of people who do group shows. I know for our sports shows, which are very popular, sometimes we have a lot of tandems doing that. I have a sports show that is done with myself and another person who actually doesn't even go to the school. So if you are interested in the show and you want to do it with a friend of yours, they may not go here, they may go to Western or they may go somewhere else, invite them in.
Okay, so I was going to ask that next. Like, who can be involved?
So anyone can be involved. A lot of people think that you have to be a broadcast major or you have to be involved in that major or something like that. And you can be from any major. I'm an interpersonal communications major with a history minor, and I have had a show on RIQ for 3 semesters now. So anybody can join. We welcome anyone to join. And a lot of people think that a lot of work goes into it. It is really so easy. All you need to do is ask that you want to be part of it. We have tons of availability open. And so if you're interested next semester, be sure to contact someone and get a hold to get your own show.
Sounds good. What times are the shows on?
So we go from 11 in the morning all the way to 11 at night. So there's tons of spots for people to have. So I know I've kind of been all over the spectrum on when I've done my show. I've been early on in the afternoon. I've been in the middle portion. I've been late at night. If I had to pick, I like doing night shows just because it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of nice. It's kind of fun.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit about some of the shows besides your own?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a lot of really good sports shows. We have a really solid block on Monday. Speak Out Sports with Sam Woodworth and Wisconsin Weekly with Joey Olson were some of the really good sports shows that we had. We had Learn with Nick and Nelly Sports Talk, which is really good. So we have a lot of really good sports shows. We have a lot of solid talk shows too. We have People of Lacrosse, which is pretty solid. The L with Dustin Skolasky. And then just a lot of music shows too. I've heard stuff as far as pop music, R&B, rap music. We have a gospel show on Fridays.
Really?
Yeah, so it's really wide ranging. So.
Okay, and then is there rules about what music you can play? Do you have to ask the artist, or how do you get playlists?
So essentially, we use Spotify, which is really, really awesome. In the process of switching over from the one radio program that we use to the other radio program, it was kind of sketchy with what music we could use. But now with this new program that we're set up on with, that is so easy to use, we can use Spotify, we can use YouTube, as long as we report the song through our licensing company. You're good to go. So you can play anything as long as, obviously, there's no language and you can't play the same artist over and over again, because who wants to listen to the same artist over and over?
So I can't have a Justin Bieber show?
You could not have a Justin Bieber show. You could play a few Justin Bieber songs spread out over the time, but maybe you could do a Justin Bieber theme, so I don't know, would that just be terrible music the whole time? Or?
People he's dated, maybe?
Maybe.
Awesome. And how do people listen to all these cool shows?
So if you go to rqradio.com, we have a wonderful website. It actually gives info on every single show on there. It has a drop-down tab that you can go ahead and look at. You can look at Monday shows, Tuesday shows, all the way throughout the week. And then it lets you know what time they're at. It lets you know what the show is about. So it's really, really cool. I really love the website.
Okay, and both of us are graduating.
I know.
So after graduating, what do you think you'll miss most about hosting a radio show on campus?
I think what I'll miss most is just the opportunity to work with one of my really close friends and create a new product every single week. So every single week we have the opportunity to, in the sports world, take all of the information that's revolving around there and make those stories our own, and have a lot of really great interaction with people who listen to our show. You could call in, people would tweet in, people would text in. I think I'm really going to miss that aspect. We're still continuing on. It's kind of a podcast sort of thing, but I am definitely going to miss the campus involvement with that. So
you said anyone can be involved. So could you come back and have a radio show if you wanted to?
I do have the encoder on my own home computer, so if you're listening weird at midnight and you just hear a random show, could be me.
Could be yours.
Yeah.
Could be yours. Sounds good. Then, do you have a Facebook and Twitter stuff for your account too?
Yep. For Twitter, my show is @LogieJ. You can follow me. Otherwise, just my Facebook, Logan Beatty. We promote all of our shows. We're still working on getting a campus Twitter going, because it seems like every time someone graduates, they leave with the password. But we're working on that, I promise.
Sounds good. Stay tuned. My wonderful guest, Logan Beatty, will be right back with this week's sports after we take another look at those adorable perfect pets.
Hi, I'm Sophie. I'm 1.5 years old. I'm sweet, affectionate, and I love to play and snuggle.
Hi, I'm Charlie, a 5-year-old terrier mix. I'm calm, easygoing, a bit shy, and would like a peaceful forever home.
Hi, I'm Prince, a 4-year-old great tiger that will touch your life. And I also like to cuddle and play.
I'm Thor, a 1-year-old pit mix. I'm energetic, outgoing, and lovable, and also very playful, so I'm going to need a lot of exercise.
To find out more about adoption for these pets or others, contact the Cooley Region Humane Society at 781-4014.
Again, the number for the Cooley Region Humane Society is 781-4014. Welcome into sports. I'm Logan Beatty. Well, this past weekend, UWL men's baseball team took to the field with one goal in mind: clinch the WIAC regular season title. The only problem? They had to face the 6th-ranked Whitewater Warhawks and hailed freshman pitching prospect Lake Bakar. Needing 3 wins in 4 games to seal the deal, the Eagles took the first 2 games in the Saturday doubleheader 6-0 and 6-2 to claim a stake to at worst a tie of the WIAC regular season title. But these Eagles don't like to share, and Sunday they sought to sit atop the mountain alone. Roll that beautiful baseball footage. Eagles take the field at Copeland Park Sunday afternoon to face Bakar, and they got to him quick, lasting only 1 1/3 inning, not able to find the strike zone, and if he did, it was hit right up the middle. Butterfingers out in center field allows the run to score. If you got there late, you missed the action, folks. The Eagles wind up scoring 8 runs in the first 2 innings, and they beat the Warhawks 11-1 to clinch the WIAC outright for their 14th regular season title.
We really want to sweep, but at the same time, it feels pretty good to take conference, and we still got a lot of baseball left to play. We're going to be home for about a month now, playing baseball right here.
It's awesome, you know. The team's played hard the whole season, and it's just fun to see everybody winning and having fun.
It's a good feeling. It's kind of step one along the way. You know, we've got multiple goals that we're trying to achieve, and that's clearly one of them, is to win the conference, and that sets us up nicely to have the conference tournament here and to be able to host. And you know, goal number 2 now is to win the conference tournament. And
forward to yesterday's baseball makeup game with St. Olaf. Mason McMahon taking the mound, more like Mr. McMahon, because St. Olaf hitters got no chance. Top of the first, mouse up for St. Olaf. And you can just go ahead and sit down. Top of the second now, and Sam Stuckmeyer is going to take a check swing. Well, at least you tried, son. Still in the second, Jake Ossel, he's going to strike out. Wasn't pretty for St. Olaf at all. Let's go on to the third. AJ Chapuis. And we'll mail door prizes. Eagles pitching would only give up 2 hits on the day, transitioning into some Eagles offense. Alex Cordova shoots one in the right. Nate Healy around to score. It would be all the Eagles would need, and they would go on to win 7-0. They would also take Game 2 of the doubleheader, 9-4, to improve to 28-7 on the year and remain 4th in the top 25 poll. The UWL softball team is set to play at the WIAC Championship this Friday through Sunday at UW-Eau Claire's Galeen Field at Carson Park. The Eagles finished with a 25-12 record and was 10-4 in conference. The Eagles are the 3rd seed in the championship and face the 2nd-seeded UW-Oshkosh at noon in the first round on Friday and follow a double elimination format. The championship winner will be conference champion and earn an automatic bid in the Division III tournament. If the Eagles are successful this weekend, regional games in the NCAA tournament will be held Friday, May 13th through May 15th. The Eagles are seeking their 3rd league tournament title after campaigns in the 2009 and 2010 season. And that's all for this week's sports.
Thanks, Logan. I'm going to miss you. You're a legend.
I appreciate that, boys. I want to thank every single one of you. Made it easy, my transition into broadcasting, so thank you guys so much.
Anyways, what are you guys doing this weekend? One last time? That's it for us seniors. Sign off for the last time. Thanks for watching WMCM's Week in Review. Make sure to join us again next fall, Thursday at 4:30, right here on Campus Channel 6, Charter Channel 96, and Digital Cable Channel 989.
So close.